Carlos Baldomir is one of those great surprises we always have in boxing. For all we know, they're in the witness protection program and just surfaced.
He has been sentenced to 18 years in prison. This just happened moments ago.
I don't know what Baldomir brings to the table yet because I haven't been in there with him before. And I'm going to be the same old Floyd Mayweather, you know, flash, flamboyant, and nothing but excitement.
The year is 2006. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been flirting with retirement for the better part of a year after a spotless decade in the professional game, and is feeling a lack of respect or acknowledgement from the boxing community that he has contributed the better part of his life to.
Who's beating me?
Nobody's beaten you yet,
That's all
Floyd.
I want to know.
Although struggling to come to grips with the idea of leaving his career behind out of respect for the sport, Floyd wants to end his story with a bang of a 1-2 punch against Carlos Baldomir, the man snubbed of being the current undisputed welterweight champion.
He's always risen to the occasion in his best fights. His most difficult fights have been his best fights.
I'll step up to the plate. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And I've been climbing that ladder for a long time.
Floyd Mayweather's career was unsurprisingly impressive going into his 37th professional fight. While he didn't have some of the glossier names he achieved in the final years of his career as Money Mayweather, he was physically at the peak of his powers, and his dedication to his craft was at an all-time high.
I'm not worried about being popular. I'm worried about being a legend in the sport of boxing. And 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you can mark my word, the people will say Floyd Mayweather is the best fighter ever.
Floyd was a character that was as divisive as mustard throughout the 2000s, after a stellar amateur career that ended with a robbery in the 1996 Olympics semifinals. Floyd vowed never to lose a fight again, and by the time 2006 had rolled around, a decade had passed, and his promise continued to ring true.
Floyd is at his best in the ring. Outside the ring, he's not pound for pound the best.
My name is Floyd, my name is Floyd, my name is Money Mayweather. Yeah, I got a lot of money. I got millions. I like to party, enjoy life. You know, I like the finer things in life. I'm flashy. I like expensive clothes. They see when I pull up, they see them Bentleys, they see them Ferraris, they see that ice. They know how I am.
Floyd, you've moved up in weight over and over. You've finally reached the point where you're going to fight a guy who walks around at 185 pounds. Is that of any concern to you in the fight?
Well, it's not really by how much a guy weighs, it's by your skills. You know, skills pays the bills at the end of the day. It's not by how big a guy is, it's by smarts.
Carlos Baldomir is a man where the less is said about him, the better he fares. Holding a record of 43-9 with 6 draws going into this bout, it was easy to see why Mayweather was such a firm favorite. But his prior 2 victories against Zab Judah and Arturo Gatti were extremely impressive, even if not quite as definitive as Floyd's own performances against them.
Good shot, and Arturo's now throwing, and that'll do it.
Unfortunately, while he had won the respect of his peers and fans who like to root for underdogs, his behavior outside of the ring, little to everyone's knowledge, was bad enough to send him to jail for many years in the future.
This is the worst case I have ever seen as far as the facts go.
Carlos Baldomir is one of those great surprises we always have in boxing. For all we know, they're in the witness protection program and just surfaced.
On November 4th, 2006, Judgment Day arrived.
You know, even though Floyd has beat a lot of what we call big-name fighters, to me, this is the first real test that he's having as a professional fighter.
As everyone finds their seats and patiently awaits an electric night of boxing, the 2 fighters touch gloves, and the bout begins.
Round 1 begins. Carlos Tata Baldomir.
Just come in and fight, but he's fighting an intelligent fight right now, and you can't do that.
Nobody is going to outbox Floyd Mayweather.
Seemed terribly willing in the fight.
But Mayweather's a much, much better fighter, and he has a particular very good straight right hand that he's very effective.
Out of the corner to talk to Leonard. Maybe Leonard's just more comfortable there. A hard right hand by Baldomir lands over the top. And the cut work had to be done in Baldomir's corner.
Baldomir seemed to be overly concerned about what cuts or facial damages he has.
Quick left hook by Mayweather.
That's the left hook that he's going to try to use all night if he can.
Crowd viewing and eyeing at the big missed right hand. There's a lot of wish here, or so it seems, that Baldomir can compete with
bull and the bullfighter.
Round 3 showcases some of Mayweather's technical prowess as he keeps the perfect distance while yanking on Baldomir's chain and stunning him with stiff jabs. After a brutal 1-2 from Mayweather at the midway point of the round, Baldomir's elementary level movement and poor defense are on noticeable display.
Just as significant inside as out. Good right hands by Mayweather. Over and under. Did Baldomir look discouraged in any way? Too many punches, too many angles, too good. Baldomir landed a left hook upstairs. Mayweather responded with a flurry of body shots.
Baldomir is just too slow to me.
Hard right hand by Mayweather after Baldomir landed a couple of body shots. Another perfect right hand shot. He's already in that right hand groove now. This round has been a showcase for Floyd Mayweather's brilliant straight right hand. Another perfect right hand lead for Floyd Mayweather. We told you.
I think Baldomir is getting tired physically and mentally.
Make it something that you can't rule out, the possible accumulation of punishment type TKO. And his high attempted punch total in the fight.
Baldomir landed one right hand, but you know, the thing about it, he's so slow that Floyd rolls his shoulders where it looks like he's getting hit a lot when he's not really getting hit.
Baldomir trying to come over the top all the time now. Because, of course, his father, Floyd Mayweather, was a very defensively oriented fighter and trainer. Baldomir catches Mayweather with a crowd-pleasing shot.
Round 7 opens with Baldomir doing more of the same, attempting to close the gap between the two, and then after that fails, resorting to weak body blows that Mayweather barely reacts to.
I guess there's not much need to throw body punches if you can land whatever you want. Baldomir starting to get to Floyd's body just a little bit more than was the case in the earlier rounds.
And Baldomir.
This time, Baldomir gets an opportunity because of Mayweather's straight right hand. A trade right hands, and Floyd gets there first, and who outweighs him unofficially by 13 pounds in the ring tonight. So, had to be 5-2-1. Where they saw 2 rounds that Carlos won and an even round, we're not sure. Baldomir keeps missing. Straight right hand lands, stuns Baldomir.
That was a good right hand, maybe the best of the fight.
In this round, Baldomir just can't find it. Cannot locate Mayweather anywhere in the ring. 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and Carlos Baldomir has barely landed a punch in this round. It had no effect on Mayweather. Baldomir makes contact with little right hand. But frankly, there's no snap on Carlos's punches. He's just waving at it.
We're starting to hear some boos now.
But the consensus of most boxing experts, frankly, is that there's still been only one Sugar Ray Robinson. There's a left hook for Baldomir.
He's not even knowing where he's throwing his punches for the moment. He's just throwing punches.
The only time Floyd Mayweather actually suffered a knockdown in his career. Good quick left hook by Mayweather. Just pausing occasionally to pot shot Baldomir as he comes in.
Punches.
Good left hook by Mayweather.
You look at what happened when Robinson fought LaMotta.
Baldomir's glorious win over Zab Judah in New York and his fight against Floyd Mayweather as Mayweather is choosing opponents while biding his time, hoping that he's going to get a big fight against Oscar De La Hoya.
Floyd uses his strengths. Baldomir exposes his weaknesses, and after 3 final minutes of Mayweather ruling the roost like a dictator with harsh punishment and a baton-like strike, the fight ends, and the scorecards are revealed.
118-110, all to the winner by unanimous decision. Pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather.
Do you think this was particularly entertaining? I mean, there were people booing, there were people leaving after the 10th and 11th round.
You always give me a hard time. You don't ever give me the credit I really deserve. I mean, you're good at commentating, so stick to commentating. Let me do the fighting. Every time a fighter come out there, I know you keep your fingers crossed.
We do.
You hoping and wishing that a fighter can beat me.
No,
I'm the king of the throne, and Floyd Mayweather's here to stay. I can win under any circumstances.
Well, we finally got some drama.
Baldomir fought many years after this bout, with little success and even littler fame.
This is that spot. Down goes Baldomir on a rocket left hook.
Yet, after a brutal bludgeoning by a young Canelo Alvarez and Marco Antonio Rubio in the early 2010s, Baldomir finally retired. A few short years later, this once respected fighter, whose heart in the ring was acknowledged as respectable, was shown to be deep down dark and cold after some despicable crimes he'd committed were brought to light, promptly sending him to jail and ensuring his respect to be withdrawn indefinitely.